Instagram. And go live. Yep. Hi-yo. Here I am. Ready to get to it. Hi, yes. Hey, give it to me. Hello to the Maleficent Raven 33. Welcome to today's live stream and thank you for joining. Just trying to get some Palo Santo going. And then I'm going to start writing for today. Hi, hi. Where are you from? There we go. Now we got some nice smoke happening here. Yes. Let's get to it. The United States and you. I'm currently based in Lisbon. And it's 8:30 in the morning, and I usually write 8:30 in the morning every day in this little setup. And so, welcome today. Now let me see what's alive in me. Today is April 1st. Great. Can't wait to see what bullshit's online. 2025. Okay. Oh, yeah. Hello to Gihad Mohammed, 2002. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I have amazing penmanship. That's so very kind of you to say. My gosh, I've been so doubtful of the quality of my writing. And I follow other people on Instagram who have really, really beautiful writing. And I just look at mine in comparison and I don't like it. So it's really kind of you to say. Thank you, Maleficent Raven. It's very not maleficent of you. It's very kind. Thank you. No problem. Of course. Enjoying our interaction today. Thank you for that. Hello to Anikitsune. Welcome. Thank you for joining today. Thank you. Hello, all the way from Mexico. Wow. What time is it over in Mexico now? I'm imagining. It's really early in the morning, isn't it? Aren't you like 4 or 5 hours behind? So what, it's like 4:37? What am I writing, Simon? Well, I'm writing a couple of things. The first thing is I'm writing about my excitement for getting a new computer. This old computer that I have is really struggling, and I've not been able to edit a video that I want to do. And even my autofocus is all messed up again. What happened there? There we go, we got it. And the bigger idea that I have right now, wait, where's happening to why is the color all messed up? Hang on. Filters, apply LUT. Come on, turn that back on. There we go, color's nicer. And the second thing that I'm writing is that I've been spending a lot of time on Threads lately and really enjoying writing to people. I definitely prefer writing than making videos. And responding to people, and I'm just noticing what kind of engagement I'm getting from others. And what the big thing I realized yesterday is that whenever I engage with people who are participating in binary thinking, like this is the best, this is the worst, this is right, this is wrong, this is how things should be, this is how things shouldn't be, then those conversations of binary thinking pull me into discussions that I don't want to participate in. And they don't really necessarily align with my values because I don't think in binaries. I think in spectrums. There is no right, wrong, best, worst, yada, yada. All things are highly relative. And the times in which I'm getting the best engagement are the times in which I feel like I'm empowering people with the language that I'm using, in which I'm telling people how they can like recover or heal or connect or whatnot. And when I speak from a sense of kindness rather than from a sense of debating, then that's so much more rewarding. And so I'm really just, this whole week of experimenting with Threads has been fun, and I love it because I love to write. But I'm also realizing, hey, there are some things that I do want to write and some things that I don't want to write. And trying to convince people online or change people online is almost impossible. Like, hell, you can't really do that with people in person, right? Give them advice, they're not going to listen. And trying to give strangers advice who have never seen you within 160 characters, it's also not going to happen. So what are the things that I could say instead that kind of connect and empower people rather than make them feel guarded and defended, you know? So there you go. Thank you for asking, you know? back to writing. And the question here is, Maleficent, you can't sleep. ADHD and insomnia don't go together. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about your insomnia. That's brutal. Absolutely brutal. And Anik Kitsuni, you're with me on the spectrum concept. That's amazing. I'm glad. It's not a common idea. A lot of people don't think in spectrums. A lot of people think in binaries of right and wrong. And it's really hard to adopt a spectral approach to thinking. There you go. And it's 2 a.m. over here, just killing time before bed. My gosh, you're not in bed yet at 2 a.m.? Come on. Come on. Your sleep is very important. That is binary. Sleep is important. No, it's not. It's spectral as well. I'm sure that there are legitimate reasons why you're up so late. I'm usually in bed by 9:30, so the thought of being awake at 2 a.m. makes my body feel very, very icky. Hello to Anne Michelle. Welcome. It's very nice to see you. And now, back to writing about spectral thinking. I feel that it's 3 a.m. here. My God, all these late night owls. I think I gotta start doing these live streams later. I think I'm gonna be doing a live stream later today, just to try to gather my thoughts in the evening. So if any of you are awake by then, it should be more reasonable for your time a day. But yeah, I think maybe around like 7 p.m. my time, I'll be doing it. So 9 hours from now, 8 hours from now. I love writing, so I just want to keep on writing as much as I can. Well, I'll try to sleep, but thanks for the concepts you shared. I found the concepts you shared valuable. Thank you. Guess I'll hang around on your streams more often when possible. Yeah, please do. And if you ever want to talk about spectral thinking, non-binary thinking, or non-dual thinking, then that's totally my jam. So yeah, have a nice rest of the week as well. And hopefully I'll see you soon. Enjoy your sleep. This is a relaxing live stream. I like it. I'm glad. Thank you. Hope you're enjoying the vibes here and this calm morning ritual that I have going on here. I definitely find that it helps get me set and ready for the day, to be able to really write about my thoughts and my values and what I want to achieve in myself and what I want to share, and sharing with like-minded people over soothing atmosphere with some copywritten chill hop music, so I can't really monetize this video, but still, I'm glad that you're finding this relaxing. I know. Namaste. I don't like saying namaste. I usually just make fun of myself when I say that. Ooh. I like that idea. This is what I need after a stressful day. Maleficent Raven. That's so lovely to hear. I'm sorry that you're having a stressful day. I'm glad that you're feeling a bit of soothing through this as well. I think before you wanted mentioning that you have, ADHD. And I've been thinking a lot about ADHD lately, and I had to talk about that yesterday. Let me pop on here. And I've just been thinking about ADHD just about all week, especially because of the language of neurodivergence and neurotypical, and which I find very problematic, kind of binary terms of you're special or you're normal. And there's kind of like a language that I'm finding online of, if you have ADHD, then you have a special mind, and other people are kind of normies and basic bitch kind of vibe. And that's a part of the Instagram Threads community that I'm not really enjoying. But what I did enjoy about thinking about ADHD a lot lately is somebody mentioned that ADHD kind of thinks in terms of constellations rather than in terms of individual stars, and they see kind of like pattern recognition in wider things and a metasystemic kind of thinking. And I loved it. I definitely think in systems of systems. I don't just try to think of individual ideas, but how do they connect to different things? How does this connect to physics, to spirituality, to biology, to bioelectricity, to sociology and neuroscience and writing and relationship theory? And how do these all kind of have similar connections? And I think with ADHD, it's kind of hard to just focalize, my God, that's not a word, focus and specialize on just one thing, because if you do, then you realize that you're missing out on so many other beautiful things that are around you, so many other major ideas that you could connect with at the same time. And so that's my appreciation of ADHD, but not really appreciation of the community of ADHD that is kind of othering people that aren't like them. I don't think that we need to talk about ourselves and the patterns in which we connect with the world while dismissing what other people experience at the same time. Anyhow, thank you for inspiring me to share an idea that I haven't necessarily shared with others yet. There you go, back to writing. Oh, TikTok live monitor. Didn't know that I have that. What are you saying, TikTok live monitor? 45 people have watched this. Cool. This topic sure isn't gaming though. Let me turn that shit off. There you go. Wow. There's Rosa who's watching as well. Cool. Oh my God. I didn't know that TikTok has a live monitor thing like this. Wild. Okay, no new followers from it. That's cool. Not like I need any new one. Dreams is here. Dreams is a viewer of this. Hello to Dreams. Welcome to the live stream. Wow, never tried using a TikTok live monitor. I've only just been focusing on Instagram and YouTube. Well, welcome. Okay, and now back to writing. Oh yeah, sure, like that. That's a good idea. Hello to Pedro Coutinho. Pleasure to meet you. It sounds Coutinho. Is that a Portuguese name? Not sure. Hello to Justaka1111. Hello to both of you. Welcome to today's live stream. Yes. Mm-hmm. Damn. I like that. I like that. Uh-huh. 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 Yep. Oh my God, yes. Yes, at first. Hello to HS Max G. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for joining. Is it okay to tell you what happened today, why it was stressful? Of course. Maleficent, I'm very open to hearing that, and I thank you for wanting to be able to share and feeling comfortable to share. So if you're comfortable with writing that out, I'd be comfortable with reading it. And if you're okay with me speaking about that on camera as well, then I'd be happy to connect there too. I'm always willing to offer empathy if somebody needs it. So please do. I only have a few more minutes though before I gotta go. Maybe like I gotta leave in 9 minutes. So please do share, and I'd be happy to connect with that. Thank you for wanting to engage. I like that. Oh my God, I like that. I gotta fucking put a box around that shit. Yes. I'll box it, but I'll never gonna look back on this page again. I'm totally gonna forget it. I just hope that this stays in my mind. Fingers crossed. So long story short, my best sister-in-law told me my ex stay, I don't point out my flaws. Long story short, my best sister-in-law told me my ex stay, I don't know what you mean by ex stay. I don't point out my flaws. Can you help me understand it in other words? I want to be able to connect with that, but I'm having difficulty comprehending. I told her, tell him I would bake up. Ah, you'd make a PowerPoint and business cards with them on it. Okay, all right. Okay, so you're going to make a PowerPoint with business cards. Ah, so your best says that your ex says you don't point out your flaws. And you told them that you would make a PowerPoint and business cards with them on it. Okay. So it sounds like what you're saying here is that your ex is saying that you don't acknowledge your flaws, right? You don't acknowledge them. You don't come to terms with them. You're not accountable for them. And you said that you would make a presentation about it, which to me sounds kind of like you're saying like, no, you're very aware of your flaws and so aware of them that you're willing to jokingly make a presentation. Though maybe you're not joking, maybe you actually are going to make a presentation about it, but I don't necessarily think that's what you're saying. So it sounds like there's a disconnection between how your ex thinks that you think about yourself and how you actually think about yourself. Is that right? The major disconnect there. Yeah, and you do, right? You do. You are aware of what your flaws are and what's you're thinking, but your ex doesn't seem to acknowledge that you are aware of these things. He doesn't seem to be aware of what your inner world is here, right? I think that's it. And that kind of sounds hurtful when somebody assumes what you're thinking and feeling, and they can't connect with that, and they tell you what you're thinking instead of asking you what you're thinking. I always find it challenging whenever I'm in a discussion with somebody and they say, hey, this is what you're thinking, this is what you believe, and instead of actually being able to share what I think and believe, I have to undo a false claim about myself, when I think the conversation would be a lot better if we could just actually be open. And you can ask me, hey, what do you think and feel? And then I could tell you what I think and feel instead. And that's very hurtful. Hello, to make up your vegan mind. I'm always seeing you like within the last couple minutes of this live stream. Yeah, correct. Okay, so good. All right, so Maleficent Raven, let me see if I could summarize this well. So your ex is not saying nice things about you and assuming that you think about yourself in a specific way. Did my camera die? Why is this not on? Wow, come on. This is an important part. I want to be able to look at the camera. Where are you? Come back to me, camera. Okay, here we go. And I'm back, I believe, at least. Am I? Running on NTSC. Cool. All right. Hi, nice to see you make up your vegan mind. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So it sounds like your ex is saying some things about you to your best friend about how you think about yourself. And it's not very kind because that's not a conversation. It's not kind at all for other people to say, hey, this is what this person thinks and this is what this person believes, because nobody fucking knows what another person thinks. You're never inside another person's mind. Mind reading is such a trap. I think a lot of people have watched too much Sherlock. I think Sherlock is such a damaging TV show. Hello to Paul Uzdestereta. My God, it's so tough for me to read. So I think Sherlock is a very damaging show because through that show, we're taught that, hey, we could read people's expressions and we could figure things out about them and find out what's happening inside their mind, which is complete and utter bullshit. Nobody has that. Nobody has that ability whatsoever. And that show makes us think that we can't do it. And so instead of actually asking people what they're thinking and asking them what's alive, and then we often tell people what they're thinking and what they're like, and then those people have to defend themselves and talk about it. Like, no, that's not what I'm thinking. And then the conversation doesn't become a positive connection of two worlds uniting. It's more like a debate and like a, hey, here's how you're wrong and here's how you're bad. And that's super damaging and just not a great way to connect with anybody. And I'm sorry that's what you're experiencing. I think that says more about your ex than it does about you. Other people's way of thinking of us is their own projection. We never see the world as it is. We only see the world as we are. And our brains are very lazy and very efficient. We don't see everything around us. We see bits of it, and then our brains kind of fill in the blanks by their best guesses. But it's never fully accurate. So I never really believe what people think about me because they don't know. I had somebody send a very long message the other day about like what they thought about my whole career and my whole past. Like, wow, it's very interesting what kind of projections they put into there and what their belief system is, and that's cool. And I'm able to ask them questions about that and dig into that. But it's never a reflection of who I am, and it's not a reflection of who you are. And I'm sorry that it's keeping you up at night. I'm sorry to hear that. Paul, with another name, with the rest of the name that I can't read, says, I guess it's like a magic trick with Sherlock that you could deduce a person down to facts, and everyone wants to feel a little special by learning tricks like that. Exactly. It's so weird because instead of just asking people, hey, what are you thinking and how are you feeling, and let's actually connect, we'd rather just guess and tell people and be like, ta-da, and I could see, but you have a little twitch in your eye right here. That means that you're saying, my God, no, just fucking ask a question. It's so silly. I think people are just so not used to being curious. Hi, Simon, it's Paulus at Desiderata. Ah, there you go. Desiderata. All right, desired things. Thanks for explaining that. One of the things that I've heard from a lot of people that I connect with is that they're very surprised at how curious I am. I'm genuinely curious about people. I'll ask them, just be like, hey, how do you do this? And how do you think of that? Well, cool, and what do you think about this? And some people feel kind of uncomfortable, like, am I being interrogated? Because another TV thing that I've noticed is that you'll never actually see people asking another character a lot of questions unless they're in a police station interrogation room. The only time you really ask people is if you're trying to convict them of something, in media at least. I definitely didn't have my parents growing up asking me a lot of questions. My teachers didn't ask me a lot of questions. I was told what to do, but never really asked what I was thinking or what's alive in me. And so I think that's, and Sherlock comes along because we just don't know how to ask questions, and so we just keep on telling people instead. And that's a sad thing. One of my big goals, I was trying to think about if I could have one word that summarizes what I want to be known for. Kind of like how James Clear is known for habits, and Brene Brown, shame, and Ryan Holiday, I think his name is, stoicism. Now you have one word for them. What is the one word that I want to be known for? Is it curiosity? Is it empathy? Is it non-duality? I don't necessarily know, but this is what I've been trying to grapple with. And I really hope that I could find a group of people that can connect with my values of curiosity and empathy and open and honest communication. Make Up Your Vegan Mind says, you are in my mind. I love it. Absolutely love it. And on that note, I'm way over my time here. I was supposed to finish at 9:10. Maleficent Raven, thank you for sharing. Hold on, one more question by Paul. But isn't it reductive to limit yourself to just one word? Sure is. It definitely is hyper reductive, and nobody is just one word, and nobody can be summarized in one word. James Clear, I'm sure, has a much bigger life apart from habits. He doesn't just walk around habiting everything, right? But how do I actually convey that online when there are limited attention spans and I can't necessarily be known for all the things and all the entire universe that's within me? I want to be known for a couple things, and if I had to pick one, well, I'd love to be known for everything that I am, but I don't have that luxury. I have to be known for one first. What would that one thing be? And so, you are a human being, and so much more than one word. Very true, yeah, and definitely so much more than one word. But even with my partner right now, we've been together for over 3 years, and even though we talk a lot with each other and we pay a lot of attention, there's still so much in her world and in her life that I'm surprised by. Like so many things, like, where did you learn that from? And, oh my God, I didn't know that about you. And I just found out that, like she got this like little like cushion of spikes that she like lays on that's supposed to be good for blood flow. And I asked her like, where was the first time she learned about that? Where'd she get this idea? I fucking hate laying on spikes. It's uncomfortable, but she likes it. So where? She talks about how she went to her grandmother's sister's house. Well, your grandmother had a sister? I didn't know that. How old were you when this happened? You can never truly fully know a person. There's so much within them. It's just an endless bounty of exploration. There's as much within us as there is out there in the universe. We could spend a lifetime trying to figure out somebody and still only get a little piece of them. And on that note, I'm gonna, yes, it's one of those acupressure mats. Paul, your icon is familiar. I think you messaged me on Instagram. Do you have like a wolf icon or a wolf name? I don't know why. Maybe I'm confusing. Maybe I'm getting older and like this screen is far away from me. I see 2 faces in there, but it looks familiar to another icon that I've seen. Anyhow, I do need to get going and have my breakfast now. Thank you everyone for watching and participating today.